After being through the business value amplifier, I kind of, have the resentment that I wish this existed 20 years ago in my business, because I've identified things here that I've been just spinning my wheels with for 10, 15 years, that had I known this before, where would I be now? I would be in a much better position. But I'm also grateful that it's come along at this point, because now it's we've got a hockey stick positive growth pattern projected, and let's just do it. To me, the biggest eye-opener going through this program was that the business can't be hinging on me if I want to build the value, if I want to be able to scale it. Even if that didn't mean me building a bigger team of actual more me's in here. It was more so getting the processes in place, getting it so that I could, sell packages and be able to have that documented, so that everything was scalable, it was teachable, and it had immense value to those that were coming into becoming a client with me.
That's awesome. When you think about other courses you've taken, Shaun, how did this differ?
Oh, I was thinking about that this morning, and I've taken a lot over 20 plus years of being in business. Some of them self-guided, some of them in groups and things like that. But the biggest thing with this one was the accountability, the fact that I had a group of people that were going through the same process as me. We had our homework that we had to do, but we were meeting on a weekly basis. And we know that if you didn't do the work, you kind of felt bad when you showed up, but doing the work, you got to see those wins, because they weren't monumental tasks that had to be 100% completed by the time we met. It was that we had to understand what it was. We got to talk through it. And if there were any things that we needed clarity on, it was there, and it was that accountability factor. And I think coming out at the end, everyone that is in this cohort, we're just thirsty for more, and we want to stay together. We want that whole group kind of support on an ongoing basis. And I think we've built alliances, we built friendships, but in mostly we built strength in their business that way.
A couple of times people seem to say they didn't feel alone anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you talk a bit about how you felt going in as a business owner and how you feel now coming out?
Now, I've come into the program under a different mindset. I haven't come in, in a way that I'm looking to sell the business, but I also came in as a solopreneur. It's just been me. So, everything in business has felt kind of alone. But, we're coming into this, and we're meeting other people that are struggling with similar things and looking for the same type of goals and outcomes with it. So absolutely, did not feel alone. We knew that, every Wednesday when we were meeting, that, we were going to be an hour together, and we were just, it was almost like we were in the same room, even though we were doing it over Zoom. So, you felt that support that was there, and it was great. And I think that was another part that motivated us to succeed through this program.
How can you share how the program has assisted you in terms of identifying and then building necessary pieces of infrastructure?
Yeah, absolutely. So, going through the program, when I had to build out these different pieces of infrastructure and programs, in my marketing business, everything that I did, I looked at it through the lens of the program. So, making sure that, everything was documented. It was not all in my head. And it was easy for potential clients to understand what it is, and also for us to roll it out. So, I could find, another team member, I could find, another, VA or something like that to actually step in. And I know that the onboarding would not be a huge ramp, because, everything has been documented through that. So making sure that, again, it was valuable, it was scalable, and it was teachable was amazing.
How was the combination of one-on-one and group classes? Like, you've talked about the group, but when you look at that combination of, you got some customized stuff and then you also got the group stuff, how did that work for you, and what did it add to the program for you?
I think the blend of having the personalized content, the one-on-one with you, the group, and then also the self-guided stuff was a triple blend of awesomeness, if I could not come up with a better word for that. But a lot of programs that I've been in, they've either been just one of those, right? You're either on a one-to-one coaching basis, or you're just doing an online program, which you never ever, well, most people I know, I don't complete them. I don't know how many courses I have that I've bought and I don't actually complete them. But I think having that blend of all three knows, that you've got the generalization of this is the concept. You get in the group sessions every week and you're learning what questions people are having. You're like, I haven't thought of it that way. Right. And then you get the one-on-one stuff where it's like, now we're going down to the, to the brass tacks of like, this is my business and let's work on this for me. So I think it's a great blend.
What, when you think about return on investment, because you've bought lots of courses in the past, how do you measure, how do you feel about what you got in return on investment now, even though you just finished the course?
Yeah. So, I didn't have to wait to finishing the course to get a return on it. I was building stuff in my business. I was transitioning, live as we were going through the whole program, and I started to actually sell products that I was bundling throughout the program, during the program, to clients. So I was getting a return on it, immediately going through. And I think even if I didn't sell that, knowing that the foundation was actually refined, it was kind of like, you build a business over the years, and very similar to, let's say you're renovating a house yourself. Each different room has a different kind of like skill level to it, and in the end you got mishmash of stuff. But it was almost like we came in and we just kind of stripped everything out, and we had the same crew going through and just doing it all at once, and everything is just very refined, and it looks great, feels great, and we're prepared for greatness that way.
That's awesome. How has your understanding of success or what business should be like has changed through the course?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I found going through the course was, and this was the eye opener for me when we did the NPS survey to clients. I prided myself over the years to get to know my clients very well, and it identified to me that, if I want to scale and step out of the business at any point, even if I want to take a 2-week, 3-week, 4-week vacation, I can't have that, because clients are then trained to only want to work with me. So that was the biggest eye opener to me, was I needed to build the systems to remove myself from it, and not be so dependent on that. And I can see every other person that was in the program, kind of had that aha moment as well.
What pain point did we solve for you, Shaun, during this course?
I think the pain point was that, I get so scattered, and, every shiny object that was there, and I'm trying to kind of customize everything, because I feel that's what people want, is that customization. And I think that, what I got from this was understanding I can still give the feeling of custom to the client, but I don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. And, that would come back to, the best analogy we came up with in the program, was baking a cake. I was always running around with different ingredients and trying to customize everything. And really, ultimately, what clients need was a cake, right? This is what it is. This is what you get. And we already know all the pieces that go into it. So, I've been using that throughout the entire program. And that's kind of the mindset that I'm in, is just kind of building more and more of those cakes through the program.
That's awesome. Would you recommend the Business Volume Amplifier to other business owners, and why?
Okay. 100%. I would absolutely recommend this program to any business owner, not only people that are looking to sell. I mean, knowing that the program can help you build that value so that you could potentially get more out of the sale of your business. I see the results of that, hugely beneficial to the people in that position. But people like me who are not looking to sell, not yet, maybe I will be, there was so much foundational stuff that I got out of this, that I think any business owner who is serious about their business, serious about growing it, getting the value that's in it, but ultimately getting their clients the best experience, would benefit hands down throughout this program.
Awesome. When should people take the course?
That's a good question. I think people should look at taking this course, once they've initially been in business for at least, 2 to 3 years minimum. I think they need to understand who they are as a business to be able to really, ramp up with this program. It's an amplifier. So, what are we amplifying? If there's nothing to begin with, it's hard to amplify that. We need to know some of the pain points that you're through and experience it. The longer you've been in business, the more I think value you're going to initially get out of it, because you're going to be able to fix a lot of those issues and, those bad traits that you've actually, picked up along the way. So I think definitely you should be in business. But I think more so it's the mindset. Are you somebody who is willing to put in the effort to show up 100% and put in the work it needs to happen? Because it's not something you can just sit back and expect success if you're not going to do anything with it.
Talk to me about your perceptions or the value you attach to the back end of the course where all the learnings and the exercises are.
Yeah, I mean, when we look at this program, there's the in-person stuff, there's the weekly meetings, but there's the back end side of the program. We each get a login, and that's where all the coursework comes out. There's exercises, and it's not a lot of work each week to do, but the videos that we get are so precisely explain the concepts that I don't think there was any that really I watched and was like, I don't understand. And there were concepts in there that I really had no experience with. So that was really great. And the tools that just ask you these simple questions about your business and then give you the results. And you're like, wow, like I have not been able to even understand that before. And this is exactly what's going on. So, having access to that, not only during the course, but also after the course, to be able to go back and work through all the things that you've been through in the different modules gives, even greater value to it.